Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Alright, let's see who made this. It is directed by Dean Parasot. I have no idea how to pronounce that. He's directed episodes of Santa Clarita Diet. Okay, I like that show. And that is the only thing I've seen him do. It is co-written by Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon. Oh wow. Chris Matheson wrote a Goofy movie. That's a classic right there. An underrated classic, no less. And of course, wrote both of the original Bill and Ted movies, so that goes without saying, I guess. And Ed Solomon wrote both Now You See Me movies. That's a lot of fun. I definitely like the first one. The second one, I still liked it. And Charlie's Angels, the first one. And Men in Black. And Super Mario Brothers. Wow. Okay, so I'm really familiar with his work. It stars Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. I don't think anyone needed me to say anything about that. How about William Sadler? If you don't know who William Sadler is, I hate you. He was in Shawshank Redemption, which is my favorite movie. He was also in The Mist and Die Hard 2, if I remember correctly. Samara Weaving, who is Hugo Weaving's daughter. Surprised no jokes were made about that during the movie. She was also in Ready or Not, which came out last year, and she was also in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I don't remember her character, but Ready or Not I definitely recommend if you like your kind of corny comedy horror films. And Bridget Lundy Payne was in Bombshell. Don't remember what character you played. Action Point. Don't remember your character either. Downsizing, The Glass House, and Irrational Man. Again, don't remember anything that she's done. Seen all those movies that I listed, though. Now, I'll fully admit, before seeing this movie, I wasn't that hyped for it. I mean, like anybody else, I was hoping for a Bill and Ted sequel, because I love these characters. But Bogus Journey kind of wrapped up their story, so it just felt like this is a nostalgic cash grab. It just sort of exists because nostalgia is like the it thing right now. But it's not like I couldn't just watch it, so here we are. But enough talk. It's time to face the music, dudes. This is my honest opinion of Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Step forward. A song created by Preston Logan, performed tonight, will save reality as we know it.
Oh. Dude, we better write that song now. Or why can't we just go to the future when we have written it? And take it from ourselves. Except, won't that be stealing?
Cheers!
How is that stealing? If we're stealing it from ourselves, dude.
I know, a lot of people like this movie. I don't. Please don't hate me. It's not a bad time. It's not like the worst comedy movie I've seen ever. I've certainly seen far worse. But, yeah, this fell really flat for me. Let's start with the positives. I know I gotta start with that at least. The running joke with Missy, who started off married to Bill's dad, then in Bogus Journey married Ted's dad. I liked that joke carried over here to marrying Ted's younger brother, Deacon. I don't know if it's the same actor who played him as a kid, but that did get a laugh out of me. I was enjoying that idea. And I don't know what it is with Jillian Bell lately, but she has been killing it these last 2 years. I mean, I loved her work that she put out last year with Sort of Trust and Brittany Runs a Marathon. I love what she's been doing lately, and she is no different here. She is so fun. It's a brief role, but I still liked her in it. I will also give credit that I enjoy the evil alternate versions of Bill and Ted from the future. They had their moments. They certainly got a few laughs out of me as well. I especially love that scene when the girls go back in time to try and get Mozart, and they bring Jimi Hendrix with them. And this was pure Bill and Ted magic where he's playing on his guitar and Mozart's just kind of going with it. That's the true Bill and Ted humor that was missing from the rest of this movie. Now for the stuff that was good but had some interlaced bad with it. One of the things that I've always wished from the Bill and Ted movies was that the princesses were more involved in the story. Technically, their roles have expanded significantly in this movie compared to even Bogus Journey. There's kind of a subplot going on that we don't really see, where the reason why Bill and Ted from the future are in such bad shape is because the princesses divorce them. And they divorce because Bill and Ted go into the future and time travel too much. And they don't save their marriage. And although we only get glimpses of them, and it kind of feels like that they were supposed to be a secondary villain or even the primary villains, but it just felt like a subplot that didn't need to be there. Already, we have the stakes. The world is gonna end, or all of time and reality is gonna just like shred itself to pieces because Bill and Ted didn't make the music that would save the world. I don't think we needed even more conflict. I did say in my Bogus Journey review that it looked like Keanu was not giving 100% to the role of Ted. And although I kind of agree with that still, I feel like the guy has been playing grizzled roles for so long that he just can't tap into that inner Ted anymore. Again, I understand that his character is supposed to be tired, that he's just kind of tired of going for his destiny that was prophesied so long ago, but it just, yeah, it didn't work for me too much. But what did work was that sort of touched upon side plot where he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna quit music, dude. Weirdly enough, his emotions, that sense of defeat and tiredness that he was going to sell the Les Paul, that was actually really touching. It was handled really well. I was surprised by this movie. The only issue is that it goes absolutely nowhere. This is a subplot that does not get resolved or gets too easily resolved by the end of the movie. This is like a big, heavy, dramatic moment between the two characters when Ted says, "I'm done trying." When the movie ends, every subplot that exists in this movie is just kind of abandoned. I was partially correct about Death. While Sadler's performance as Death has not missed a beat, very similar to Alex Winter, he just wasn't that funny. The material he was given felt really one note. I understand that they had a falling out and that things would be awkward between the three main characters. And very similar to Bogus Journey, a lot of these scenes felt really dragged out. I don't even really know how to describe it. The movie tries to set up deep drama. At least I felt like it was. And it just doesn't pay off in a very satisfying way. And yet it treats these dramatic beats like they're the emotional highlights. And while I can see what they're going for, I didn't buy it. But now it's time to really dive into the negatives. As predicted from my Bogus Journey review, I thought that this movie was going to be contrived, that it literally just exists to keep the franchise going. It's kind of true. Bogus Journey clearly shows that they solved the world's problems. The story ended as far as I was concerned. It just undoes everything that Bogus Journey did. It was hard for me to get engaged. It constantly took me out of it. Even though evil future Bill and Ted were a riot, especially during that prison scene, I was right. That scene was brilliant. But once that scene's over, those characters are completely dropped from the movie. And it's kind of a shame because they're built up to be like the main nemesis in addition to the one that's already there, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's just kind of sad. They're the enemy for the first half of the movie, and then they're just gone. It's just very lazy storytelling to me. And like I thought, the daughters weren't given the best roles. On the one hand, it's not hard to see these characters as the daughters of Bill and Ted, but it's just incredibly obvious that they're trying to act like the younger Bill and Ted. Weaving and Lundy Payne just do not have the same charm that Reeves and Winter did when they were younger. It just comes across as really forced. In addition to that, their purpose in the story is to create a band for no reason. This is an obvious throwback to the original films when we already have time-traveling elements with Bill and Ted themselves. I don't think we needed it with anyone else. It's just pure shenanigans for the sake of pure shenanigans. And I can't believe I'm saying this because it must sound like I hate this movie. But the worst part of it was the robot. Dennis McCoy. I fucking hated that character. It's one joke. He's bumbling. He accidentally kills the wrong people. And he's like, oh, whoops. I hope nobody saw that. I feel bad now. You're a killer robot. He was designed to feel guilty. How does that... It was annoying. And it was a single joke once he stops killing people is that, my name is Dennis. My name is Dennis McCoy. I don't care. I do not care. It even looked like Reeves and Winter were annoyed with the character. The actor was so good at being annoying that it wasn't even acting. He was an annoying character and it drove me insane. The jokes that come out of the evil robot are some of the worst in the entire franchise. Just couldn't take it, man. If you laughed, hey, good for you, but I couldn't take it. And I don't know, but the movie just sort of like stops. It doesn't even really end. In Excellent Adventure, like the boys are contemplating their future and what they're going to do and how they're going to get better and save the world. And in Bogus Journey, well, again, that ended showing us how they changed the world with their music. Here, they save the world and that's it. Sure, you can make the argument like, well, what else did you need to show? Anything. I know there's a post-credit scene where old Bill and Ted are doing one last jam session together. I missed that scene, so my bad. And that sounds like a really sweet moment if it's playing out like it is. I would have preferred something a little more substantial than what we ended up getting. Overall, yeah, I was disappointed with this one. I didn't have the worst time with it. I know it sounds like I absolutely hate this movie, and there are certainly elements about it that I do hate, but not the overall package. It's hard to hate Keanu. It's hard to hate Alex Winter. It's hard to hate these characters. I guess it's kind of like Toy Story 4 in that way. It doesn't do enough to justify its own existence. 3 tied everything off. It's the same thing here. Bogus Journey tied everything off. It was the end of the Bill and Ted story. This is just kind of an artificial continuation. I know, a lot of people like it, and I guess I can't blame them. But for me, I was right. I wasn't gonna like this that much. My honest rating for Bill and Ted Face the Music, a weak 3 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Hope to see you soon.